Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever it is that you may be as you find yourself falling under the sound of my voice. It's Lamia, and I'm here to answer another exciting question of the month. But before I do, please excuse my appearance. Mother is still recovering from surgery that I got at the beginning of this month. So I'm kind of excited to see what the outcome is going to be. But let's get down to business. This month's question is Pride Month has ended. Now what? What are you doing or what are you going to do to keep the HIV starts with me message and showing up as the CEO of your life? This question kind of comes around on the notion of there's a great hype and emphasis, and we see community coming together. We see kind of the peak of allyship when it comes to the LGBT community in the month of June, which is celebrated as Pride Month. But as soon as July 1st hits, baby, all bets are off. People get amnesia, and a lot of times, commitments that are made, conversations that are had, the follow through just does not happen. Now, that's not always the case, but that's the case a lot of the times, especially in the current climate that we're in. What I plan to do is continue to remain active, continue to remain engaged, having my boots on the ground, um, listening to your community, listening to my fellow spokesmodels, and continues to advocate for better health, comprehensive health care, and hopefully we as a larger community will have a better understanding on where we need to place our support. Because black and brown bodies for a long time, we are the first to put our bodies on the front line and risk our lives for the greater cause. And oftentimes, those promises that I had mentioned earlier, they never come to fruition. So I want us to begin to learn how to re-strategize and change our perspective on how we show up, not only for ourselves, but how we show up for others. And I want to continue to build a what is the word I'm looking for? A collective of different communities that places our health, our needs at the forefront. And we're going to get those needs and those priorities met by any means necessary. So, for anyone that may have been living under a rock, which is a joke, no one lives under a rock, but we know that recently this current administration has passed um, the big, beautiful bill, which is, you know, some good elements, some bad elements, but in order for this bill to have been passed, cuts had to be made to Medicaid. And so we're going to begin to see the impacts of that happen very shortly around the corner. And even though as New Yorkers, might be safeguarded and protected for the current time, but we have brothers and sisters that live in other states that were accessing HIV services. Those services are no longer available to them because as in anticipation of these cuts that are going to happen, resources have to be reallocated to make sure that the business can stay afloat. And so hard decisions have to be made. And I know people from my community, people have lost their jobs because departments have closed. Um, Funding has dried up, like I said, or funding is not going to be renewed. So therefore, programming in the HIV/AIDS field um, had to be cut back, especially in the South. And these things are happening right now in the now. And so although Pride Month is over and we was out there with our bullhorns and we was coming together in solidarity with our brothers and sisters, we have to have that same mentality, that same drive, that same focus, but we need to have a laser focus, a renewed focus that we are not going to give up. We're not going to sit by quietly and idly as our rights and our health care is taken away. And decades upon decades of research, quality research, is being erased, ignored, and we are seeing funding dollars, American dollars, taxpayer dollars, being taken away from the most vulnerable community. And for me, that has me pissed off. And so, today, tomorrow, for the rest of the year, until I draw my last breath, I will never ever stop fighting for the cause, for HIV awareness, to end stigma, to build community, to make sure that my black brothers and sisters have access to quality, comprehensive care. And if I have to continue to put my life on the front line, put my body on the line, I will continue to do so because I feel it's very necessary and it's important. We are in the fight of our lives. If no one has told you, I'm telling you now. We can wake up tomorrow and our reality can be very, very different. So we have to continue to love one another, continue to show up in these spaces, continue to make our demands, and go out there and get what's ours as the CEOs that we are. So, as always, if you or anyone needs resources, please visit our website at www.hivstopswithme.org for a list of resources in your area and testing sites. As always, be blessed, never stress, and don't give up until your good is your better and your better is your best. Adios!